Thank you for calling Big O Tires. To ensure the highest level of customer care, this call may be recorded for training purposes. Please hold a moment while we connect you.
This is Big O Tires. Can you hold for just a moment?
Yeah.
Thanks, Holding. How can I help you?
Hey, do you guys do nitrogen-filled tires?
Nitrogen? Yeah. What type of? As far as doing, it's about $7.99 per tire.
That's it. $8 per tire. Awesome.
Yeah.
No, I love you guys. I buy all my tires from you guys, and this is Brad. I do the YouTube channel. So, dealers.
Yeah. What's happening, man? Yeah.
Dealers are asking $300. So I'm trying to source out like what's it really freaking cost. So for $8.
Yeah.
$7. You're like $7.99. I'm like $800. Damn, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. Right. Yeah. No. $7.99.
$7.99. Jeez, what about letting the air out of my tires? Do you guys charge extra to let the old air out?
Yeah, oh man, to let that stuff out into the atmosphere, yeah. Disposal charge, disposal.
All right, well, hey, thanks, brother. I appreciate you, man.
No problem,
Right,
definitely, man. Talk to you
all
soon.
right, bye. And we're back with another video, and today I want to talk about the new scam that's taking place. And when I say scam, I mean one of the most shadiest things the dealers can do. And we beat them up, we beat them down, we beat them out of these markups. They are not doing them anymore. Go watch TK's video from today, well, yesterday if this video goes up tomorrow. Anyways, go look at his video where he did the hidden camera. It is awesome, and you gotta appreciate him walking out there. And let me just tell you, I've done it before, and you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know how these dealers feel about us. And the fact that they were cool, they treated him good, the guy was respectful, he was upfront about the discounts and the pricing and how many they had. It's definitely different than the way it was. So I will give them that, and TK was incredibly kind, like I am when I go to these dealerships, for good reason, because we're not looking to get trespass charges. I don't think that's going to serve any of us well if we start getting legal issues from picking fights on dealerships. With that said, had I been there with TK would have had to hold my barely 5 foot, 8.5 foot tall ass from strangling the guy for trying to tell me that those add-ons were mandatory. Because in the end, no, let the nitrogen out of the tires. You just heard on the recording, which they were totally cool with, from Big O Tire, my favorite tire store in the planet. They do all of our cars. God knows how much money we've spent at that place, and it's saved us a ton of money. And this is not sponsored. They paid me nothing to say this about Big O Tires, but they have been a godsend to our family. They match beat prices. They never ever play games with us. The price is the price. They fit us in. So that's enough about Big O. But I called them up because the whole nitro fill scam, which we'll say that's a scam. The nitro fill scam is nitrogen filled tires. Now, some genius with no integrity came up with the idea at some point at a dealership in a board meeting and said, hey man, and maybe it was a guy totally freaking high out of his mind from his lunch break, and he goes, hey man, why don't we fill the tires with something other than air? Maybe if we put helium in them, it'll weigh less and the cars will go faster. And then the other guy goes, man, that's a stupid idea. This guy, fire this guy. Another guy goes, well, okay, maybe not helium, but maybe we put some other kind of gas in the tires, and tell them that it's going to make the air leak from the tires slower. Okay, so I don't know about you all, but I don't have a tire leaking problem unless I have a hole in my tires. I mean, literally, I can go, a year, 2 years. I mean, I don't have to put air in my tires. It's usually when something happens, and that's just regular good old-fashioned air. But let's sell that to them. Well, how much can we get for it? I mean, it's air. How stupid can people be? How stupid can people be? I mean, we couldn't charge them for nitrogen and then pay it. Like, what are we going to get for it? Like $10? Another guy in the boardroom goes, no, they're stupid. The people that come into our dealership are stupid. And let's not forget how we are the brilliant geniuses. They are the stupid customers from the general public that come in to our den that we own, our ring where we win every fight. And let's tell them from an authoritative position on a sticker on a window that the nitrogen fill, let's say it's $300. $300? You out of your mind? And now people pay for it. People do it all the time. I can go and ask probably 10 people who bought cars recently, and half of them got nitrogen fill for $300. Now here's the deal. You're not discounting the car by $7,000 if you're selling me $4,000 worth of stuff that's worth $500 or $600 with profit built in, with already maybe a 50% profit built into it. Let's just say that's a $3,500, $3,400 additional profit. You're not reducing the price by $7,000. Remember, the $7,000 these dealers are saying now is after any potential rebates or discounts you qualify for. So take that off, and then take off whatever the dealer says they're doing a solid to you, and then they're adding back in for, in some cases, $5,000 or $6,000 in add-ons. The other huge scam is door edge guards. Now they'll call them Clear Shield and Protection this, Protection Plus, and they'll call them these things. When you ask what they are, it's like, well, they wash the car and they use the wax in the drive-through car wash. I mean, I want to see the stuff getting put on my car. I want to read about the stuff that they put on my car. But you can't do that. They'll give you a brochure that was written by a company that said, hey, look, you can sell $20 worth of stuff for $9.95. And they said, sign me up. And here's how it goes. A rep goes into a dealership and says, hey man, we got this stuff that we'll sell you for $25, and we'll make sure there's nothing published anywhere on the internet and nobody can ever buy it from us directly. All right, cool. Go look at some of these things, like the EIO, GPS thing. Go look for the actual price on these things. Good friggin' luck. It's like you'll find the Ark of the Covenant before you'll find the actual price of some of these things. That's why they changed the names of them, so it's even harder to find them. And you'll get a brochure that tells you all the benefits of it. Benefits you could easily live without. Now, for $1,000, you can likely go and get a minor, since it's a new car, paint correction and a ceramic coating, a good ceramic coating, maybe like a level 1 ceramic coating for that $1,000, and definitely have a much better quality paint protection on there. But instead, these guys charge $995 or $695. And the other one that is highly entertaining is the door edge guards that come in, and there'll even be a little note that says to protect your car from door dings. Now let me tell you, there's a couple things that are really ugly on cars. One of them is that big thick door edge guard that they put on there, and I don't care what color it is. Even if they match your car, even if they use clear, they still look utterly stupid. It takes a vertical line and accentuates the crack in the door. Will it keep you from getting door dings? Yes. You know what else will keep you from getting door dings? Is parking your car further out in the parking lot away from a-holes, and mainly like Teslas. So don't pay that kind of money for that. But if you absolutely have to have door edge guards, if you gotta have them, it's like your thing. Because somebody's gonna comment right now, but Brad, you know, I have all my cars and they protect my car. What the hell are you slamming your door into? Because guess what they don't help? They don't help somebody hitting your car. They only protect you from you, or other people from you. So why are you gonna pay $9.95 for a couple plastic strips down your door edge, when you could go to Amazon and for like under $20 buy a roll of that material, the door edge guards, and easily affix them to your car, and you will be out less than $20 and less than 20 minutes. I would say it's even less than that. It's like 5 minutes. Grab a pair of scissors, you cut them to fit. You can even order them specifically for your car for that cheap from Amazon or anywhere online, and these guys know that. And mind you, You don't know where they're getting theirs. They're not super special, you know, from space age, you know, fancy door edge guards. They're the same crap you can buy on Amazon. But then the next one that is just incredibly entertaining is the wheel locks. The wheel locks, I think that one raises my blood pressure almost as much as the Air. So Air is $7.99 per wheel from almost any tire store that you can just pull in. They'll even let the old Air out and put the nitrogen in, and you're good for $8. It's like $32 for your whole car. Even after tax, you're like $37 or something like that. So what about the wheel locks? Well, the wheel locks from Mopar, from that Mopar OEM parts site, or if you walk into the parts department at the dealership, you're not going to pay any more than about $70 for wheel locks. So here's the deal. You're out there on the lot. Wheel locks on the window sticker are $300. I've seen them up to $350. Yet if you walk your happy ass into the dealership, walk back to the parts department, and purchase them, you're probably paying around $70. Online, for sure, all day long, $70 and less for these wheel locks. But Brad, they got to put them on. They got to charge us to put them on. You know, it's $70, but then, you know, they got to put them on. So it's $230 to put them on? No, it's not. My 17-year-old daughter can put the wheel locks on. I could put them on right now. I can get out and take them off, put them on. It's very simple. It's not hard to do. So why would they charge $230 to put them on? Because they think we're stupid. Again, in that board meeting, they're all sitting around going, what other ways can we nail them? Well, let's tell them we're giving them an alarm. What kind of alarm? Because the car already has an alarm. Not the greatest alarm. Thieves are going to steal these things anyway. Go watch TK's video where he was able to show how they completely disable the car, disable the alarm and everything. So this secondary alarm is going to suddenly solve the problem. What kind of alarm is it? Don't just put alarm. What is it? Is it one of those little $239 Viper alarms from Best Buy that they stuck in there that drains your battery and goes off all the time and makes your neighbors hate your guts? I don't know. What kind of alarm is it? Is it some special ignition cutoff, super cool alarm that you've got a fob that you can disable the ignition on your car and keep the thing? I mean, what is it? So what I found is it's nothing. It's nothing more than what the car already has, yet they charge $9.95 for this thing. So I'd like to know, what about it? But if you ask these salesmen, can you tell me about that alarm? It's $1,000, it's pretty significant. You're going to get the old, well, I can get you information on it, and guess what comes out? Another brochure. Another brochure that shows you all the stuff that, frankly, is not going to keep your car from getting stolen. And then what about the insurance, where you pay this huge amount of money for an additional $20,000 in coverage if your car gets stolen? That's cool. I like the idea, but how much would it cost to go just buy gap insurance, or how much would it cost to sign up with your insurance company? I believe with my insurance company, I pay an extra premium to be guaranteed 10% over whatever the car, they determine the car to be worth. And you can ask your insurance companies, how can I make sure that I'm not going to get burned, and pay a little bit extra? And how much would that cost you compared to what they're charging you? Next, what hoops are you going to have to jump through to be able to collect that money if your car does get stolen? And I have not yet heard anybody who's had to cash in on that. Insurance, really slick way of getting a bunch of money and nobody ever having to use it, because the car gets damaged, but they still get the car back. They're never going to pay out on that money. And by the way, how long is that in place? So my luck would be the car gets stolen the day after the policy expires. So I'm just saying, a lot of these things are completely unnecessary and ridiculously marked up. We're talking 1,000% markup on nitrogen air. We're talking 400% markup on wheel locks. Probably another 400% markup on alarms. Another 1,000 to 1,500% markup on door edge guards. Now here's my deal. It's America. You can charge anything you want for that stuff. If somebody's stupid enough to pay it, then so be it. But I still think it's disingenuous when you use things like nitrogen, alarm, and you tell people that it's worth every penny. It's not worth every penny. And if people would just do a little bit of research, all they're doing is moving profit from over here to over here and still being shady. And for that reason, I'm here to tell all of you, do not pay for add-ons. And guess what? If they say the add-ons are already on the car, don't just throw your hands up in the air and go, well, I guess I have to pay for them, because they're already on the car. If I want this car, they're already on the car. Once they're already on the car, listed on the car, then you're kind of stuck. Otherwise, they can't force you to take them. But if they're already on the car, then that thing comes with all that junk on it. So here's the deal. I would say first, show me those things are actually on the car. Because the law, I'm not a lawyer, but go read about this. The law is pretty clear when you read about the dealership rules, is it has to be pre-installed on the car for them to force you to take it. But they don't have to force you to take it for the price they're asking. You can opt out of buying the car. You can choose not to buy the car. You can say, I will buy the car if you charge X for that stuff. So what I would say is go back and say, if you're asking $4,000 for these add-ons, I will tell you what, because you're discounting the car $7,000, which I appreciate tremendously, I'm happy to let you make a little bit extra money on $500 or $600 worth of crap and throw you $1,000. I'll throw you $1,000 for those add-ons, and we're going to do this deal today. And then hold as firm as the day is long. Be the Rock of Gibraltar. Do not give in. If you want to throw them a little spiff, maybe $1,250, $1,500, so be it. But if you start paying $4 grand, $5 grand for all this stuff, I promise you, you are going to simply drive out of that lot and then start Googling this stuff and find out that you got ripped off so badly that you could go literally to Big O Tire and fill up your tires with nitrogen. But it's easy for them to say there's nitrogen in those tires. How the hell are you going to know? So you got to suck on the tire stem and find out if it's nitrogen. How do you even know if it's nitrogen? You have a nitrogen tester? You don't even know. You could be driving away with air and you just gave them $300. So I would say, nah, man, I want to see you that you actually put that stuff in there. And by the way, call Big O Tire while you're on the dealership and say, look, and then ask the guy, how much is it? $7.99 per tire. And then they'll say, well, you know, we have to let all the old air out and put all the new air in. And okay, cool. So how much are you going to charge that? You heard what this guy said. He says, we joked about it. We're not charging you anything to let the old air out. I could easily stick a little stem valve thing on there and boom, empty those tires. Well, there'll still be some oxygen in there. I'll take the chance. I'll be okay. I'll risk it. How about that? So with that, I can go on and on about this stuff, but that is the new game. It's an old game, but it's a new game because it's the only game they got left. It's the only thing they got left because they can't do the markups anymore. So they're going to suck us in with $7,000, $5,000, $6,000 in discount off of MSRP and then run the price right back up to $62,000 on that car because they're going to stick you with stuff that's marked up over 1,000%. So with that, everybody, please like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think of this video and stay strong out there. Don't pay for this stuff. Telling you, it's just a massive ripoff. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.